Hi, I'm Bill Taylor with Osprey Guided Ventures, and I'm going to show you how to clean razor clamps today. I'm going to do 5 of them. So today we went out to Clatsop Beach on the Oregon coast and got some really nice razor clams here. I'm just going to do 5 quick ones for you. I start out with just a nice steak knife. It's not sharp. You don't want a sharp knife to get this done because you're going to come up, have the blade hit your hand numerous times when you clean these clams. I'm actually severing 4 different parts of abductor muscles, the same muscles that scallops are all about. And then that clam will just pop right out of there. So there's 2 abductor muscles holding the clam together, here and here. So I got to make 4 different cuts. I come and cut this back one, and the shell will readily pop off. Then I cut this one, and then I just got to come back over and get the other side. 3 and 4, and that clam will just pop out of there nice and clean. Sometimes you're going to have a clam that's broken, so I've got one here that's broken. I'll just cut that little abductor muscle. I'll just slide my knife in behind this shell and down to the abductor muscle and trim it there. A lot of times your shells are going to fall off and just break away. These are called razor clams not only because they kind of look like an old-fashioned razor, but because their shells are very sharp and you can cut yourself. They can be almost as sharp as a razor at times. Here's a nice big clam. I'm just going to show you real quickly how a clam ages. A lot like a tree, it will have rings per each year. So I've got 1 year, 2 years, 3, and 4. This is a 4-year-old clam here. Pretty nice sized, almost 5-inch clam here. So cutting the abductor muscle again, 1 cut, 2 cuts, 3 cuts, and 4. And you'll notice that a lot of our clams here are not broken up. And the reason why is we try and do a good job keeping the clam together, and coming when we use a clam gun, get right over the middle of that clam when we try and stick our clam gun down in the ground to get the clam out. If we come in on an angle, we'll break the shell. So this is the 5th clam out of the 5 that I'm going to show you. Again, you see that foot flying out of there because these clams were just taken this morning. We wanted to make sure to get them back and get them cleaned up as quickly as possible. Okay, so now we've gotten 5 clams here out of the shell. We'll constantly rinse sand off of these as we go. I've been clamming for 3 days, so I probably have some sand in this Pete's wrap I'm going to need to get out. Now though, I'm gonna come over to my island with a couple bowls here, and I'm going to take these abductor muscles off. So I've got 1 and 2 that just pop right out of there cleanly. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And these look like little miniature scallops. They're real tasty. They're nice, even raw. So I'll take these back over, give them a quick little rinse. If you want to come back over and I'll show you how I'm rinsing these. I'll just cut my hands together and just wiggle and let the sand work its way out of the abductor muscles. So I end up with some nice clean little razor clam scallops. And like I mentioned, they're good raw even. I would tell you that proceed at your own risk on that, but I definitely like to have 1 or 2 raw as I'm getting my clams clean. So this will be my kind of my area for finished product clams. Now I want to separate the siphon and the lips section away from the foot and the guts. And the way I'm going to do that is I've got a siphon and then the lips back here. I'm going to stick my thumb in right here and get it inside to where the thumb is going up against the siphon, and then I'm going to pinch with my index finger and pull the gills off of the siphon. The gills are now attached to the foot. I'm just going to roll the foot back to the bottom of the lips of the clam and pull again. So now you see I've got a foot with guts and then a siphon and lips that still got the siphon on top here, which I'll just put right there. So a little quicker now. I reach through at this right below the siphon, reach in, grab the gills off with index finger and a thumb and pull it. Then I'm going to rotate the foot and the guts to pull off the bottom of the lips. There's another one. A little quicker, rotate and pull apart. As you notice, I'm not using a knife here. Don't have to use a knife. You can see here the gills that I was talking about earlier. I want to get those brown gills away from the nice white meat that we have. If you notice here too, this is a little parasite that sometimes you'll find in the clam's siphon. It's harmless and is just kind of uses its host to live. It doesn't hurt the clam in any way, but we definitely want to get that away from the clam, which I just did there. So now what I've done is I've separated all the feet away from the siphons and the lips section of the clam. Now I can either use a sharp knife here or I can stay with my dull knife. And now I'm just going to get the guts away from the foot just by making an incision. If you can just imagine this foot as being like a foot and then this is the socks, and we're just trimming the socks back away from the foot. So now I've got four gut piles here. What I like to do is use these clam guts for bait, for fishing as well as for crab. Crabs love razor clams, so these are invaluable for making sure that you get a lot of crab when you're crabbing. So there's still some guts in the foot here, so now I'm going to just take my knife and pierce the top of the foot, or the heel. You could call this the heel of the foot if this is the toe. And there's still guts in there. And I'm going to squeeze the bottom of the foot, and there's actually intestinal area that goes down into the foot. And I want to get those intestines out of the foot. And I'm going to just take that clam and throw it in there. It's not all the way done yet. I'm going to rinse that off. But again, I go